know what's going on. We'll explain. Graziano's got notes. Marcus will be with us shortly. Let's go. Monday Night Football. Twice as nice last night. 2 games, but the performance of the night came from one of the young quarterbacks. Here we go. We got Jayden, we got Burrow. 4th game since 1950 with Heisman-winning quarterbacks who went to the same school. Early, Burrow, and that guy went to LSU too.
That is an incredible throw. Right on target. The coverage wasn't perfect, but the throw was even better.
Bengals a 7-0 lead, but the rookie was unfazed. This is a 4th and 2 to Luke McCaffrey.
He was poised all night. Jayden Daniels, if you can get a ball to the McCaffrey, then you're probably in good shape.
Now, you notice it does not quite stay in bounds, so if you have Brian Robinson Jr. on your fantasy team, you were delighted about that. I see Graziano celebrating. Jeff, they punch it in.
You got to love it. Hey, get physical in the trenches, on the goal. They were like an inch away. You got to
was the third try.
Tied at 7. Bengals miss a field goal, and here comes Austin Eckler.
Impressive speed from Eckler. The hole opens up. He squeezes through it and then just bursts to the end zone.
14-7 Commanders, but they were just getting started. It's 14-10. We're late in the half. How about this throw from Jayden Daniels?
Look at the time in the pocket and then airmail that thing. You can't place it. Run out there and place the ball better than he just dropped that in.
He never had a completion of 50 or more air yards in college. Now he's got one in the NFL. Then he takes this one on the very next play in for the touchdown. His dad loves it. Commanders up 20.
That's my boy.
Look at
Yes.
that. Look at that. But wait a minute. After a great kick return would set them up again, we got a 6-6.
6-6, baby. We are back. Big men showing everybody how to do it. Hey, welcome to the league, Daniels. Find the best O-lineman you got and feed him. Yes, sir.
Trent Scott, his first career touchdown, it actually says.
You dog.
I like 28-13. We're still in the first. No, now we're in the third quarter, sorry. This is Burrow. This is T. Higgins. So he's back after missing the first 2 games, a big addition. And then, you know who we really like, Dan? We really like this Andre Yosivas.
Yeah, from Princeton. So you know he's a heady player.
We knew that for other reasons too. Bengals up down 28-20, 4th quarter. Here's a spectacular throw from Burrow. Look at this play, Jeff.
Listen, he, again, one of the best in the business, continues to show you why. Trying to match this score right here. Great ball, great placement. How about Chase? Just what a day for him.
The late hands, it's upset. It's maddening, the late hands.
Second touchdown of the night. They go for the 2, don't get it. Now Washington going for it on a 4th and 4, and they do get it to Zach Ertz. Bengals fans not happy. They see what's coming now. Hold everything. 3rd and 7. Here's the signature play of the young career of Jayden Daniels. We will show it to you. Look at the hit he takes, Nate.
That is incredible. To throw that ball that accurately with a man jumping through your chest. Oh, it's incredible.
Daniels on the night accounted for 3 touchdowns and threw 2 incomplete passes.
Wow.
It was Washington's first game with no punts and no turnovers since 1940. A star was born last night, announcing himself on the national stage. 91% completion, highest by a rookie in NFL history. And this was not a show of dinking or dunking. He averaged 9 yards per air attempt, completed 8 passes over 10 yards.
Wow.
Now, I have occasionally in my career been described as being prone to hyperbole. So I'm going to try and temper it when I merely say a superstar was born last night, and his name is Jayden Daniels. Agree or disagree?
Agree. 100% agree. Hey, this kid played lights out, and give him a ton of credit. The poise that he showed, and Dominique and I talked about it, the conviction he put the ball. There were a ton of long 3rd down conversions, 4th down where they're pressing it, 4th and 4. It's all on the line. He doesn't shrink back. He continues to make play after play. And the final touchdown to Scary Terry, let's be real. Most humans are shying away from that. Not even human. You don't want to get hit unabated, under the chin, and that he puts that ball right there. An incredible catch as well. But wow, just an impressive night.
That's that play. The throw is unbelievable, but the fact that he has to see the defender bearing down on him because it's right in his line of vision, Neek, that is a gutsy play.
A new religion may have been started in D.C. last night based on that resurrection alone. That play was insane, and one of the criticisms of Jayden Daniels was he seems to be okay with taking a lot of unnecessary big hits. hits, but that's a situation where a guy who is taking a lot of hits is not afraid to take one in the chest and throw a perfect ball.
Danny, what are you hearing at it? Because even before this, like we had been hearing, they love him there from the minute he set foot in the building.
Poise is the word that you kept hearing all summer long with Jayden Daniels. And look, I mean, he started 55 games in college. Like, this is one of the benefits of what's going on in college football the last couple of years and how long these guys have been able to play. But he's been a starter since he was a freshman at Arizona State.
Yes.
And Herm Edwards coaching him. And you can see the way he developed at LSU. Like, I mean, look, the way he throws, everybody, he can run. We know he can run. But those throws to McLaurin that are out in front of him from that deep, I mean, like, he can do everything. The concern is, obviously, they have to build him a defense.
Right.
And yes, I mean, he needs to figure out a way to protect himself a little better from those crushing hits. But that's a guy that's, this throw is to win the game. I'm going to stand there and make it.
There were several plays like that down the stretch where they got penalized and they're in 2nd and long or 3rd and long. He kept converting, and I know we're going to be critical of the Bengals defense, but it's an NFL defense that Patrick Mahomes had trouble with last week. So these are impressive plays for a young player to be already making in his career on Monday night at that.
21 for 23.
Monday night.
They haven't punted in 2 weeks. They haven't punted since week 1.
One was a miscommunication. One was an overthrow of the two incomplete. So one you can assign to him. But as you talk about his performance and what he looked like, I think the biggest thing that you take away from this is his ability to seize the moment. He's playing Joe Burrow. Like, whether you want to
Monday night,
against one of the best in our game, and to match it and outperform
Same school,
him.
right? I mean, he followed him at LSU. There's all that stuff.
Listen, I saw him play
shadow at LSU, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw him play Ole Miss live last year, and the moment is never too big for him. He just continues to make play after play. Because the shot that you're taking in the chest, that's not going away. There's going to be some free blitzers, so let's limit him to those, and you can score a touchdown and makes it even better.
For people who didn't watch LSU play last year, the note that everyone was making around the draft is his running ability obscured the fact that he is a great pocket passer.
Absolutely.
To your point, he was better from the pocket than he was than a lot of the other quarterbacks who we would have signed that to normally, just because he runs so well.
Right, and the ability and the confidence, as Washington had him throughout the spring and the summer, enabled him to give him more and more and more of the playbook than they would have expected to be able to give a rookie. So they're very excited about him. I know the fans in Washington are very excited about him, and there's no reason not to be. What a night.
Okay, so my phone is blowing up for 2 reasons, and I think they're both telling. One, I got the victory laps from all of the analysts who were telling me, I told you Daniels was number 1, I told you Daniels was number 1. I believe me, we heard it on this show and on the draft from a lot of people. Yeah. So they're taking victory laps in my
elbowing each other out of the way to get that.
Right.
Yeah.
But for every action, there is an equal opposite reaction. You know my history with Chicago. All my Bears fans, friends, terrified. Terrified.
Listen to this. Terrified.
Well, is Jayden Daniels the next C.J. Stroud? Right. And if so, what does that make Caleb Williams? We've all saw what happened at number 1 and number 2 last year. Mm-hmm. So, well, I think Caleb Williams has what it takes to be a superstar. What we are having people ask is, did we get the wrong guy? I'm getting that question, Nick.
Relax.
What is the answer?
Tell your Chicago buddies to chill out.
Yes.
We're 3 weeks into the season, and Caleb.
It's my wife. It's Stace.
well, in that case,
tell Stace to chill.
Stace, chill.
Have a drink. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Take some time, and he will come around. I think that.
Sorry, I distracted you from the point. But you believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's way too early to. You can have.
You don't think 3 weeks is enough time to completely write the story of his career?
You can have 2 good quarterbacks in the draft. It could happen, guys. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Just because one is playing well doesn't mean that Caleb Williams won't come
And let me say this about them as well: is that you have a better setup in Washington than Caleb Williams has in Chicago with the run game. When you're talking about Eckler and different players being able to support Jayden Daniels. You saw that big run from Eckler. Caleb Williams isn't getting the same help quite yet as what is happening for Jayden Daniels in Washington. And again, I think part of that goes into the support system around. Both kids, though, have done tremendous things in the first 3 weeks. Caleb Williams, obviously the 2 picks in Indy on the sideline, bad decisions. He'll work through those. But I would say both of them, to me, have great upside. I like what both of them have looked like.
Yeah, 3 weeks is obviously more than enough time to make these conclusions. We know that
MVP,
Caleb Williams
Coach of the
is
Year.
done. Jayden Daniels is going to win 6 MVPs. Everything is very, very clear. Look, it was absolutely realistic to believe that Jayden Daniels was more ready to jump right into the NFL than Caleb Williams based on his college experience.
Right.
That's fair. But yeah, obviously it's way too soon to be victory lapping. It's way too soon to be freaking out in Chicago.
Not for our guys.
They built Jayden Daniels a running game in Washington that has helped with the protection, which is one of the big questions, right? And in Chicago, they haven't got the run game going yet. And obviously, I think that's affecting everything.
One of the interesting things about the comparison is I think we all thought going into last year that Bryce was in a better situation.
Right.
And
we were
that
wrong.
CJ was in the worst situation. And we were wrong. And I think the same thing is similar right now is we were thinking the situation was going to be perfect in Chicago. It's not perfect if you don't got some of these guys doing their job in the middle of the line.
Much as we hate to acknowledge it, the most important thing for a young quarterback are guys who are built like you when you played, and that is an offensive line. And Bill Belichick pointed it out last week. Jayden Daniels has one of those in Washington, and Caleb Williams does not have one in Chicago.
He might know a little bit about football. I'm not sure.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, Belichick. But I think that is maybe the note to take from this, because as you watch them, there seems to be an element. I'm going to use the word frenetic. Like Caleb Williams looks a little frenetic, like it's all happening very quickly.
Yes.
And Jayden looks, certainly last night, looked very much in control.
Yeah, that was my point. Caleb Williams, when you look at his interceptions last week against the Colts, they were late decisions, right? All of a sudden, you get what you call happy feet. And for rookies especially, they don't know where coverage is going, where guys are sitting on balls. And that's what happened to Caleb Williams. He throws late to the sideline. Guys are camped out. They're going to make those picks. Jayden doesn't feel like anything is a hurry. The